What's up, YouTube? This is Ultimate Shield 340 back at it again with another Destiny 2 video. So, in today's video, I am going to be doing the first mission of the Season of the Deep for your viewing pleasure. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and show you exactly what I got going on and sort of tell you what's happening here. So, before I continue, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I would really appreciate it, and it does help me out. Also, I just recently hit 50 subscribers, so that's a big deal for me, and I really appreciate all that you guys do. And yeah, without further ado, here's some gameplay. So, I just started on this planet. I am using my Void build here. I don't really know what to expect. I have slotted my Le Monarch. It actually got some changes for PvP this season. No changes to PvE as far as I know. This thing still hits like a truck, and I really appreciate the poison that it does, that it will spread. That's the exotic that I'm using, and I can't remember what the exotic armor that I'm using, but essentially once I get a void kill, it will give me void, it'll refresh all my void abilities. So yeah, that's what that is. So here we just going ahead and clear some ads. I don't really know what to expect, what's happening or anything. And again, I just want to go ahead and say that I also don't really know too much about the story as far as everything is concerned. I mean, I know a lot of people are excited about the Season of the Deep, and people have speculated on the darkness aspect, and apparently there's old characters from the story that are going to be returning. I don't know anything about any of that, honestly. A lot of that has to do with I actually started playing Destiny right as Lightfall dropped. So I'm not familiar with the lore of this game as much as everybody else is, but at some point I probably am gonna, I don't know, watch a YouTube video or something to get me all caught up. But as it stands, here we are. As you can see, I am doing some ad clear, Le Monarch doing work, and I am using the aspect Child of the Old Gods, which is that void soul that you see next to me, ready to go. In this particular build, I have slotted where I'm trying to get the Child of the Old Gods up as much as possible, so that I could go ahead and do some good DPS with that, and then kind of build around that. That's what this whole this is what this build is actually centered around, is the Child of the Old Gods. Right now I pull out the there is a machine gun. I forget what the name of this is called, but it does have osmosis on it. It's actually a stasis machine gun, but because I threw a grenade, it changed its elemental type from stasis to void, and then as such I do have volatile rounds because of the fragment that I picked up in my aspects for my void warlock. That being said, we're going to go ahead and kind of come around the corner and fight some more ads, and I'm going to just kind of do my best to clear them out as fast as I can so I can kind of keep it moving.
Is that derelict?
Hey, gang! Heard there was a party, and I thought I'd pop on by and see what the fuss is all about.
This is a rescue mission.
First off, let me say I love Drifter. Drifter is probably one of my more favorite characters that I have sort of recognized in the game. I would imagine he's probably a pretty popular character with the Destiny 2 community at large. I really like his sort of he's a very I don't know, easygoing kind of guy, but he kind of gets a lot of stuff done, and is actually I didn't actually know this until later on, but he actually is very good at making devices and inventions and stuff like that. As I kind of float across, I'll just of course you'll see the gameplay in the back, but I'll talk a little bit about the build itself. I have not made a build video for this build yet. I don't know if I am or anything or not, but again, if you all are interested in seeing what the build is and seeing what I got going on, feel free to say so down in the comments, and I'll make a build video. But I only say all that only just to say that I'm not really a build guy. Although I have made a few builds out there, I'm not really focused so much on making new builds or anything. Like I'll make some, of course, just to test some things out and just kind of see, get my own personal impressions of it. But I don't, as far as content is concerned, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna revolve my content around builds or anything like that. So, but just heads up. That being said, there's a few things I wanted to point out about this build. So the Child of the Old Gods, like I said before, is that void sort of siphon pet that you sort of see me come up every time I cast my Rift. I actually really like that aspect because not only does it add solid DPS and weakens the target, which is a major debuff, which is great for bosses and ad clear and things like that, but also one thing that it's sort of not necessarily, it doesn't really say, but it's something I noticed on how it works, is that as you can see me use it against, I'll summon the void rift type thing, but it won't actually go out and absorb against people unless it is going to go against a target that's actually tanky, that will actually won't die in one hit. So that's one thing I do enjoy about this build. As far as the Child of the Old Gods aspect, as you can see here, I'm killing like just the red bar ads, but it's not actually going out there and doing anything, which originally I thought was like, oh, I mean, this kind of sucks. But I thought about it and it's like, well, I mean, why do I need it to go out and do anything if it's every enemy that I'm killing is just going to die in one hit? So whenever it gets to a more tankier target, it will actually go out and sort of do its thing. So that's the great part about it. The other side about it too is the Le Monarque. If you get the perfect draw and release the arrow, it will turn into a poison arrow. But if you use that poison arrow and you get a precision kill with that poison arrow, the poison will then spread. And so, I've been practicing on trying to use the Le Monarque. As you can see right there, 1 arrow, 2 kills. Practicing with it so that I'm always, muscle memory is getting down there to kill any of the, get the poison arrow so that it will spread and things of that nature. The other part about it is that the build centers around rifts, because it's how you summon the Child of the Old Gods. Once I summon the rift, I do throw a grenade out there to hopefully get my rift back as soon as possible, and so that's the gist of it. So put down the rift, throw out your grenade to do a lot of damage to the area, and then you are kind of good to go. Now here we are back at kind of the first major turning points of this story, where now I have to stop these battle songs, and I'm getting attacked by a lot of different enemies and things like that. One thing about the Warlock I do very much enjoy is that these healing rifts are fantastic for survivability. I cannot tell you how many times I have been in a sticky situation, like as you can see me now. I'm sort of being swarmed by large groups of enemies, but because I'm standing in the rift in and of itself, it helps me to heal back the damage that I'm getting, and then I'm able to use a Le Monarque to get that precision kill and then sort of do a lot of ad clearing. Also, one of the strong parts about this build as well is if you look in the bottom left hand corner, I am getting a lot of kills with this, and as such I am getting a lot of different kind of orbs spawn down for both Devour as well as my teammates, if I had any when I ran this content, but I don't, so it's just for me, which is fine. I've also gotten into the habit of starting to use my super more often, instead of me holding on to it for like one big boss DPS phase, which is of course obviously that's the goal and the point in the dream. But don't, if I only use my super in those moments, that means I only ever going to use my super maybe once or twice a mission. And I decided I wanted to maybe maximize my time for my using those skills and things like that a bit more often than that. So Helps out with ad clear. I think what I have is called Nova Bomb, I believe is actually what it's called. So that's kind of what I've been using here. Right here, you'll see there's a lot. Again, I'm kind of getting swarmed by a lot of people. I'm missing a lot of my shots, but because I'm able to put down that rift, I'm able to get myself out of harm's way. So while I'm here, I'm actually quite curious to ask this question. How are you all enjoying this new season? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts about it so far? So far for me, I'm enjoying the new season, although I'm not a big fan of the underwater sections. Going from bubble to bubble is not, my favorite thing to do. And if you're like me and many other gamers are probably similar to me in the sense of, most underwater stages are actually terrible. I don't really like a lot of those things. For that reason, underwater is not always the best in most video games. For lots of different reasons, and I don't care usually for a lot of that, but I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts. Also, make sure to put that down in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to what other people say. So, boss sort of spawns. I'm killing a bunch of ads, and I'm trying not to get focus fired by the boss. I'm just trying to make sure I'm killing the ads and essentially keeping the boss on one side of me where I can kind of line of sight him behind this box barrel type deal if I have to. But now my rift is out, poison arrows are going, precision hits. I'm doing a lot of DPS to the boss using the Child of the Old Gods as well as the Le Monarch. And I'm sort of whittling down the boss in a very quick way. As you can also see, I'm almost back to full as far as my super energy is concerned. I used it not too long ago, but because I'm generating so many orbs, it's actually rather easy to get my super back quite quickly. So that's going to be something of note here as well. So I'm going to continue to kill the ads and then see what I can do about this boss here shortly. Now that that's all done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next part here. So, again, just want to go ahead and say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for, liking, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate that. That really does help me out. Feel free to share these videos as well and click that notification. Again, sincerely appreciate all of you who have stuck with me so far. And yeah, I really appreciate that, and I hope that you will stick around for future content that I got for the next, for the upcoming season as well. So that being said, now we're going into the next section right here. I believe this is the section where we are going to go down underwater for the first time. And it is. So I'm actually going to skip ahead for us to see, and so that the video is not too long, and then sort of narrate kind of what else is going on that's a special note. So right here, it is the underwater part. I actually lined up the satellite already. Collect the equipment from Drifter, and now this is the second attempt for those of you who have already played the story. You kind of already know what I mean by that. This is one of the problems with underwater things. I don't care that much for, normally this jump would be nothing if it's regular. But because it's underwater, it's a lot harder to do. And because this is sort of my first time going through the underwater parts, I'm not really used to how to move or anything like that down below. So you have to continue to collect these bubbles and then hit those switches that you can kind of see above me to get to the next part right over there. So I kind of jump over, flip the switch, collect the bubble, and then we're gonna continue to get further down. Now, this next section down here is, just a simple transition. I'm essentially going down to the sea floor, and then I'm going to go to the next area right up ahead that you can see, and then I'm going to meet one of the NPCs. I, due to the
Devices.
length of the video, it's already around 15-16 minutes. I'm gonna let it play a little bit, but I won't keep it too much longer here. For those of you who have stuck around for this long in this video, I just want to say again, thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. I plan on continuing to show some more Season of the Deep stuff for your viewing pleasure, and give sort of my thoughts on what's going on in the world of Destiny 2 and things like that. So without further ado, I'll just go ahead and let the gameplay play out in the back. This is Ultimate Shield 340 signing off, and I will see you in Destiny 2. Peace.
Here, Commander.
You're alive.
Staying alive was the mission. And I always complete the mission.
No wonder you called us, sister. Let's get you back home.
You don't understand. That distress call wasn't for me. It was for her.